Welcome everyone to another episode of It's Okay with Tam Tam. And you are here with me, Tam, and our special guest, Ronnie. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
So before we get started, this is Ronnie's favorite holiday. I haven't even thought about if I have a favorite holiday. I haven't even thought about it, but this is a fun holiday. So before we get started, let's go through the logistics. Please like, follow. It's Okay with Tam Tam on Facebook. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Okay with Tam Tam. And so today we are talking about Halloween, celebrate or not to celebrate. So also we are live. Thank you, Miss Shirley Myers. Happy Halloween to you as well. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put her post up. Sorry. Happy Halloween to you as well. So please, also, we're trying to see how many different areas we can cover. Please tell us when you come in where you are at, what state you are in to represent your state. So I am in Texas. I am Dallas. And Ronnie, where are you?
I am in Dayton, Ohio.
How is the weather up there right now for Halloween?
It wasn't that bad, but then it started kind of cold raining on us today, so it was a little nasty outside, but it's starting to get nippy. Not too bad though.
Yeah, we actually, our neighborhood celebrated Saturday. So, and we were concerned because we woke up, it rained all day Friday, and then Saturday in the morning it was raining. I was like, oh goodness, please, let us be able to go outside. So Halloween, obviously you celebrate Halloween. Actually, you know what? Let's show everybody our costumes. This was Ronnie's idea to have us dress up. I would have never thought about this, but she had us dress up. So show us your costume.
Let me pull it down. Luckily, I got some shorts on, so I ain't gonna be showing nothing to anybody. But this is I wanted to do the new age Cruella without her avant-garde dress. So luckily, I had this in my closet. And then we found this cloth dress. It's a dress, but I used it as a cape today, and it's a little shoulder ensemble. And then Mama hooked me up with the wig. Thank you, Mama. And then I'm using my new makeup line that I'm just started using, Lime Life. So it worked out really well.
What's the makeup line again?
Lime Life.
Lime Life. I'm gonna
Yes.
spell it. Spell the makeup line.
LIME LIFE.
Oh, Lime Life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see here. There we go. That is her makeup line that she is wearing tonight.
Yes.
Um, so I am a lion. We were all a family of lions. So this is, excuse my mess on the floor, but this is my little costume,
It's
and
super
I have my little
cute.
tail back here. Thank you.
I love that it's warm
Thank
and
you.
versatile too.
Yeah, yeah, you can't go wrong with a onesie. And I have makeup. I've never put like Halloween makeup on my face, so
Like
this is
never in
a
your
new
life.
one for me. Never in my
First
life.
time.
First time ever.
That's so
Yes, this is because of Ronnie. So,
well, I really
um,
appreciate you really like doing this with me. It's huge. So thank you for that.
that's stepping out there. You got me stepping out there.
Angie.
And also, you live in Texas too, Miss Angela. Where are you at? You know what? So this is my husband. This is my husband. My husband. I love you, honey. I love you. Nobody's worried about my tail. Okay. Yes, Angela. What area of Texas are you in? So while she is putting that where area of Texas she in, we had the competition. First off, I want to say I was expecting a little bit more participation. So I want to, oh, San Antonio. I've never been to San Antonio. Angela is in San Antonio. Never been there. I have to go check it out. So the competition was for people to send in photos or something that represents Halloween to them. And Angela, thank you. You were the one that actually um, participated in the competition. But for just for laughs and giggles, we are going to, let's see here if I can. Uh, let's see if it will let me do it. All right.
Good.
So we're going to do a spin-off to see who actually gets it, which we know, Angela, since you were the only
Sure.
person that actually did it, you are the winner. But let's spin it and see what happens.
This is cool, especially for
Hey,
future.
what? Oh, yes. Let's see who wins. Who wins? Who wins? Angela!
Yay!
Congratulations. You are our winner.
We'll be sending out a gift card.
All right. Yes. The can I get my screens to act right? There we go. Yes, you will be getting a $25 Amazon gift card. So please send your email, instant message. It's okay with Tam Tam, your email, so we can send you out your gift card. All right. So now, obviously, Ronnie likes to celebrate Halloween. Growing up, did you celebrate Halloween?
So we did, but it was really kind of a blended, I feel like, melting pot of festivities. So in Nebraska, I remember it was always snowing during Halloween, so we would wear snowsuits. So we'd be like Smurfs and clowns, right? Real quick things that were easy to show off, but we could still stay warm. Then we moved to Alabama, and my mother would always like have a holiday party. So she would go host us a little neighborhood Halloween party, and then she would take us to church for the fall festival. Of course, we couldn't wear costumes to that. And then I kind of took a break, I felt like, with celebrating like when I got to my teens. And then in my early 20s, it was an outlet for me to be creative because I think I was just screaming to like be different people. And then now and probably in the last 6-7 years, I've been super extra.
Why do you say extra? Do you say extra? Would you say extra or fun?
So I would say vivacious, out there in your face. A lot of people tend to tell me I'm extra, right? So, and I'm like, I don't care, I'll tell them, well, that's not a bad thing. And the thing is then when I'm not quote unquote extra, right, then they miss it. Why are you going to do it? You always do it, da, 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 da. And I'll be like, well, this year I'm either tired or something came up or I got super, super busy. But I would definitely say I'm creative. So I would prefer.
I'm with you, Angela. I'm with Angela. I don't think it's extra.
Thank you.
So for growing up for us, we did fall festivals, but you could only dress up as Bible characters or fun characters, no evil or negative costumes allowed. I can imagine, yeah, because at the church we can't have the devil coming into church. So yes, the creative side. We like to celebrate Ronnie's creative side. Growing up for us, we didn't really celebrate Halloween per se, as far as going out trick or treating. My mom would allow us to give out candy. I think I went trick or treating once. We didn't really go to church to any fall festivals or anything like that. I had never even heard of a fall festival, to be honest with you. Well, the church that my mom was going to, they were like, I swear my mom probably was the youngest person in the church, the outside of me and my brother being the kids in the church. So they were like an older group. Um, I had never heard of a fall festival until I had my daughter, because she was going to a private school and they had a fall festival, but nobody dressed up. It was just pumpkins and stuff. Nobody um, uh, dressed up. Yeah. Now, Miss Margaret, it seems like you have been very supportive of her expressing herself. So hats off to you, because sometimes that gets shut down as parents focusing on other stuff. Um, and so with your kids now, Ronnie, um, how do you, I guess, guide your kids' Halloween experience?
So I would say it's probably changed throughout the years. I mean, I've always been the type that like, I'm going to cram everything into October. Like, so when we were stationed at past duty stations, we went to every fall festival, and I can't wear the same, I can't wear the same costume more than once. So I can't say I can't. I prefer not to wear the same costume more than once. So what I've done with my kids every Halloween is we will go to the thrift store, or we will find the sales right after Halloween and get our costumes for like 90% off, or we find costumes for like $2 to $3 a piece. So on average, when they were younger, we were going to like 4 to 6 events a month. Now it's probably like 2 events a month. My oldest doesn't care. Like today, he wore a shark head. It was amazing. He was like, "Mom, do I have a mask? What do I have real quick in my closet?" And he found a shark head. My youngest, I would really love to do themed family Halloween costumes if I could. But if you don't have time to make them and you don't have time to purchase them, that can get a little pricey. Planning is really the key. But yeah. I would say that's changed. I know with my kids too, when they were younger, if it was probably up to their dad, we probably wouldn't have done as much. Not because he was against it, but like you, they didn't really celebrate Halloween. And I was like, no, we're gonna do it. Like, I don't know. I just always thought it was a good time to bond with the family, like carving pumpkins and watching Halloween movies and wearing matching Halloween pajamas. I don't know. I guess it's what Christmas is to some people.
Oh, you go like all out beyond just like a costume out trick or treating.
Like, yeah, like this year, I know from what you've seen on my stories, it seems like I've done a lot, but I didn't do as much this year. And I maybe did 3 events this year. Wow. I usually probably do 6.
Well, hey, Samantha, all the way from London. Man, I am loving this. I'm loving this. So Samantha, you have to let us know if you do anything Halloween related out there. I was just watching a live Facebook live on something never not even related to Halloween or anything. It was about some craft stuff because I do crafts. And so the guy was saying, Halloween to happy Halloween to all the people that are out there. He's like, but I don't do Halloween. He said, and his reason was, I hear people saying, they don't do Halloween because of religious reasons and his was, he said, I don't believe in giving out candy to kids. I said, oh, okay. Well, I have never heard of that. That was the first along that line, but I've heard people saying they don't send their kids out trick or treating because of the fact that they don't know the people in the neighborhood or things like that. So sometimes they would send them to the mall, like we used to have in Florida. We used to have I assume I guess they do it here too. I don't know, where they would have this, all the stores would have candy, and the kids would come to the mall to trick or treat. Did you guys have anything like that? In Dayton now?
I've heard of people do it, but I never did it, but I have heard of people doing it.
So it's like kind of an all over thing where they kind of do that.
Like, I didn't know our neighborhood was really a good trick-or-treating neighborhood until today, because we took baby Duran, my niece, and a lot of people were giving out candy, and I was rather impressed. Now, granted, they weren't. We would fill pillowcases up, come and drop them back out the house, and go right back out and fill a whole nother pillowcase. So people ain't giving candy like they did back in the day, but it was still a good amount.
Like what is your favorite Halloween candy that you received as a kid that you loved?
I feel like people are always looking for Reese's. And then, when the parents check the candy, they always debo the best candy. They'd be like, let me check and make sure it's safe. Then they pull out theirs, and then they'd be like, here's the rest, right? And you can only have like one or two pieces. But I think
with it, like
I love them.
You love what? I said, oh, so then you're stuck with the candy corn. Like the stuff like that.
You
like
know what? People talk about me, and I saw somebody on Instagram talking about they don't trust people who eat candy corn. I like candy corn. We used to put it in the gloves. And
candy corn?
It's about $25 a pound. I found some at the Dollar Tree though, and I snagged those bags up.
What kind of candy was it?
I mean, I guess it wasn't the super name brand one. Reese's, yes, Mom. Reese's with mounds, almonds, and people came through with those. But I also ran into some people that didn't feel comfortable giving candy because of cavities and all that stuff too.
Thank you, Miss Margaret, for being honest.
They would give
the baby candy.
I did that laughing out loud. They would give like toothbrushes or toothpaste or like sometimes like people who didn't feel comfortable giving candy, like I'd get a toothbrush or toothpaste or toothbrush, or I'd get like a healthy snack.
They had to be a dentist.
I bet they were.
I mean, be a dentist.
And then children go trick-or-treating. Myself as a child from Caribbean family, I never celebrated Halloween.
What island are you from, Miss Samantha? I have a lot of friends in South Florida that have friends in Florida and in England, some and even in Canada. It seemed to be a lot of Jamaicans and Africans in
Canada.
Yeah.
England.
Yeah. I know that was one of the things. I think my mom, I know for the one or two times we did go trick-or-treating, I don't even think we were allowed to eat candy because of apparently.
Well, John has really good teeth. That might be why. Like, he has beautiful teeth, and I think he said he's never had a cavity. So that's
and it's crazy because I've never had a cavity either.
Really?
And,
no, that's a good thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah, my dentist, he gets mad. He doesn't get mad. He jokes about it. He's like, I can't make any money off of you. But no, because I guess there was a time when she grew up there was somebody that was like poisoning the kids by putting like stuff in the candy. So like she would say like we could only get like the hard candy. So like the Jolly Ranchers and things like that. Yeah. But that was like I said, the one or two times that we did go out. And I do remember like when we were giving out candy one time. I dressed up as Smurfette. I do remember that.
Yeah. When the spirits were really big.
Jamaica and Barbados.
Very nice.
Yes, yes.
I saw that when I was overseas, and I again love Halloween. I was like, I'm determined there's gonna be a Halloween. Luckily, where I happened to go, it was the one Halloween party on the island, and we had this phenomenal time. And people are like, "Where are you from? Oh my God, we've never had a Halloween party like this." Because I was like, "DJ, turn it up!" Like he was super excited. I guess I just didn't realize, just being kind of small minded, that a lot of European countries, a lot of like international countries, they do not do Halloween. And so I was sitting up here trying to figure out like how, why everybody, it blew my mind that everybody didn't celebrate Halloween, but it's just, we're probably the oddity. Like a lot of people don't. I remember that.
I just wonder like even how Halloween got started. Because I've heard like certain things, like it was kind of like a Christian thing or something where kids would go like the kind of the fall thing, and then kids would go out and get like this is stuff like I've heard. I have no clue how it got started. This is just something I heard. So please correct me, anybody. But like they used to go out and celebrate, and like as far as they would, that's how they would get food or something along
like
that line.
I could be wrong. Wasn't it like a pagan, like you said, like they would dress up as nature things and work, kind of worship. That's why a lot of people, I mean, I went to school with people like, we don't celebrate it because you're worshiping the devil and all that stuff. And
yes, I've heard that.
I mean, I don't know, I don't think as a child I ever sent that. I will say as a adult, one of the reasons I think I really decided to in the last 7 years or so, decided that I really wanted to embrace Halloween was, post-divorce, I had never really like dressed up in like sexy Halloween outfits. And it was like, I'm going to go to adult Halloween parties and I'm going to like refine myself and explore things. And I was, I was overweight. I didn't really like love myself. So I felt like if I can go to a Halloween party and wear like a really beautiful costume, then like I've checked that box out. So like it fed me building up my confidence.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So Miss Margaret said Samantha said my parents afraid think it's for yeah. I think a lot of people, especially very, very religious people, don't. And I think it's because of just how it's marketed right now. Like between the scary movies and all the evil and the exorcism, like just all of the negative stuff, or I can't say negative stuff, all of the scary stuff that's associated with Halloween. I think that's why some people choose not to celebrate it, and that's probably why we didn't. And then we didn't really like our costume. Like the few times we did dress up, that it was had to be a certain way. So do you like have a limit on like how your kids are dressed, or they can just freely express themselves? So if they wanted to dress up like Freddy Krueger or whatever, I don't know.
So I struggle with the scary part of Halloween. My parents weren't into trick or treat as they were scared as the way we get kidnapped and they didn't want to participate.
Yeah, that is true, because my mother talked about that too, about the trick or treating. Maybe that's why we didn't really go, because I guess you can't really see whose kid is hit if they're like in full mask and garment and thing like that. You can't see who's who. So
that's a good point. I remember people saying those things, but I guess I just in denial. I was like, it never happened to me, which I mean, my heart goes out for people that it did happen to, because clearly people wouldn't be talking about those things if those things really didn't occur. Right. But yeah, I don't do scary. It really messes with my spirit. I don't know if you've heard about how people put ammonia in front of a TV when they watch scary movies to stop the bad spirits from coming. Yeah, like maybe 10 plus years ago. Yeah, someone was like, I put ammonia in a catful in front of a TV so bad spirits won't come out. I struggle to do scary movies. My kids don't really do scary movies. My son, maybe a year or so ago, went to a haunted house and he almost fought somebody because he got scared. He was like, you don't come up on me, like, and so we don't really do that side. But I do know people who get real gory. And I think that's crossing the line for me, because I do believe in demonic spirits, and you just never know what vessel they're coming through. And some people go too far. There's a haunted house, I think it's in California, and you have to sign a waiver. And if you make it through this haunted house, I think you get like $20,000 or something. But like, people have heart attacks and strokes through this haunted house.
Oh no,
a secret word
it's
they
not
have
that serious to me.
Not that serious.
Like, to me, it's not that serious for you to be well, to each his own. I'm with you. First of all, me and my husband, we don't watch scary movies. I think I might have been slightly traumatized. Like, I don't do clowns. Like, I'm petrified of clowns. And so my mom said when I was a little kid, I guess I slipped and watched TV when I wasn't supposed to. And that's when there was like one TV in the house at that time. And apparently, I guess it was killer clowns or something or whatever. I don't do clowns. Like Ronald McDonald, I don't care what it is. Like, I just don't. And so maybe that's why I don't. My mom, we never like sat down and watched like scary movies in our house like that. This wasn't a thing that we did. I never went through a haunted house, but I worked for the city for a short time. So I had to help set up the haunted house. But like going to haunted houses and things like that, I've never done. Halloween was just another holiday. And I think it wasn't until like, Brianna my oldest got a little older. Then I had her, do a little bit more trick or treating. Of course, I was with her. But it was more of, let's put on a little cute little costume. I think she was like animals most of the time. And that's kind of how we did it. It was the first scary movie. Is that the one with the clowns? Is it?
It was. I thought it was Chucky. My grandmother gave us a My Buddy doll. I don't know if you remember them.
Yes, I do remember My Buddy.
Our room used to be diagonal from our toy room, and it just used to be sitting there, and it would stare right into our room. And I remember me and my sister used to like jump and run to go to the bathroom and jump back in the bed because we were afraid something was going to grab. Like, I hated those dolls. We kept them because my grandmother gave it to us, and we wanted to cherish things she gave us. I hated those My Buddy dolls. They were so scary.
Y'all could have put that thing in the attic somewhere. Like,
scary. It was a blonde and a brunette one, and then me and my sister.
Because it had Kid's sister. It was My Buddy and Kid's sister.
Girl, yeah, we were so. Now I watch Chucky. Right? If I watch Chucky, I laugh.
Why was I scared? Well, you can do that now. Like watching like the old, like when like at that time watching like The Exorcist or Chucky or Friday the 13th is a lot different than you watching now, because it's like you can fake. See like the stream, you can see like what they're using to do the effects. Yes. Versus like now it's like the graphics are so like detailed. It's a lot more.
Now, I kind of crossed the line if I do attempt, like I've watched it, the old school, it is still scary. Of course, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, all that stuff doesn't scare me anymore. But anything like paranormal stuff, like exorcisms, I can't. I just feel like that stuff is real. He lived in the attic. You eventually put him in the attic, but
Miss Margaret, you're not helping. He lived in the attic. That's a little scary when you say it like that. Not we put him. He lived in the attic. That could be a little scary statement.
We used to the last haunted house me and my sister went to was actually with church, and we were really excited about it. They were doing.
The church had a haunted house,
and I don't think it was called a haunted house, but it was like a haunted house. So what it was though was real life stuff to scare you, right? Being addicted to drugs, suicide, like real stuff to like scare you, to be like you're gonna go to hell if you do this stuff. To me, and that was super scary. But they never did it again because we were in the room and there was the suicide room. He was hanging himself, but the guy was actually being hung. And someone were like, and they had the light to make it look like it was, so no one could see him struggling. It just looked like he was acting struggling. And then someone realized this feels too real. And sure enough, he had like the rope ingrained in his skin. And luckily someone cut him down just in time. but they never did that haunted house again. But it was scary because again, it was real life stuff. Like these people were like acting like they were shooting up, and you could see them being dragged to hell and all this stuff.
That's like some scared straight stuff. That's traumatizing. Well, I guess a haunted house is supposed to be traumatizing too, but that is.
They wanted to traumatize you to make sure to get you to get on the right path. Halloween now that you are.
So grown. Samantha, if you're watching, Valerie wants to know: do you participate in Halloween now that you're grown up? I know she said something about kids. I don't know if she has kids, or versus the kids. And The Exorcist always scared me. I don't think I really fully watched that movie. Yeah. But I do remember the clip of the little girl throwing up the that was vomiting or whatever. To this day, I don't eat guacamole. I just don't. I can't do it.
Oh, I didn't realize that, but you're right.
Can't do it. I can. Now I can eat avocados and like no problem, but
just the texture.
Not me looking at the guacamole. Can't do it.
What's tripping me out nowadays is like people are getting away from like characters and they're doing like celebrities, right? Me too. I've only seen the first one. So they're doing like Kim Kardashian and Kanye, right? Or P. Diddy and Jill. Like they're dressing up as like real life people.
Oh, yes.
As costumes now. Or BBL. I don't know if you saw the controversy with the little girl. She had like butt implants.
Why is that controversy though?
I don't know. I thought it was kind of creative. I thought it was like.
It was.
But people took offense.
But, I mean, like she wasn't harmed in this in like any way. And then Halloween to me is all about pretend. Like we're all pretending. Like obviously I'm not a lion, but I'm dressed up as a lion. So she dressed up as getting, her butt. I think she got breasts too. I don't know. She had the ivy pole and her butt done.
She did.
I mean, it's a pretend. Like, I don't know I think sometimes we take stuff a little too seriously sometimes. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe it's something I'm missing that it should be a controversy about having her dressed up like that.
I think people take offense to just so much stuff these days, but I didn't think it was offensive. I mean, like you said, self-expression. And I mean, that might have been what she could afford. Like this, I had everything in my closet, luckily, so I didn't have to like spend money. So maybe she thought, let me put some bras and a little butt thing on her and save some money. Booty insecurities.
Dumb. That's what she's gonna have. You said what?
I want one of those, like the booty. Have you ever worn? Well, you ain't gotta wear them, girl. You're blessed, but the booty pad things that you can put on.
You understand what it's like to walk around and carry a big old booty all the time. Like that's weight.
It hurt. Like, is it heavy? It's heavy. I know we're gonna.
It's what?
It's heavy.
It's a heavy. The expression heavy. People say. This man said, "I like the wagon you're dragging." Like that's what this patient told my friend one time. I like the wagon. Like you imagine just walking around with a wagon all the time that you got to drag around. Like that.
Yeah, that's how I knew your brother actually like was into me. How I knew he was like kind of really. He pulled out the card. I showed up. He bought me, so let's see. I had never really had a brand new costume. Again, I go to their stores. So he bought me a Robin, like kind of sexy woman costume. So I wore it, and then he showed up.
Look, now you understand. We're talking about butts, and you said that's how I know your brother really loves me, and that he would like your brother. And so I'm like, what did he buy her a butt? Buy her like some. Like what?
Sorry.
Okay. So you bought you a costume.
No, not really, as I don't have children. I just watch scary movies. Yeah.
Oh, you like the scary movies, Miss Samantha?
What's the scariest movie you've watched?
Or your favorite? The scariest and your favorite.
Yeah. But he ended up dressing like Batman, and he was a sexy Batman. Like that's probably one of my most favorite pictures of us.
You're gonna make me vomit in my mouth.
He hates me showing it. Like he did the like Instagram boomerangs with me.
Grow up. You talk about my sexy. I don't want to hear about my brother being sexy.
He was chiseled in the chin, and he had a fresh cut girl. Like he had me. I was like, even my homegirls were like, he pulled out all the stops for that one. Like he's really trying to get with you. And I was like, he really is. Yeah, it was good. Go, John.
Oh,
right?
My brother. Oh goodness. Well, at least I know he didn't pull out the stops by buying some butt implants or anything like that. But anyway, yes, I got to hear. So, what is your favorite Halloween movie?
Nightmare Before Christmas. Hands down, like that movie will go down. I mean, it already is. It's made history. Like it doesn't get old. The amount of time they poured into it to make it. They're puppets. So they had to, every take, they had to do movements. That's why it took so long to make it. So Nightmare Before Christmas, and I like Paranormal Men. I'm really into like animation. So no, Batman. He's gonna kill me for saying this on this podcast. Why did you bring it up?
Dom's gonna text John tonight and tell him, "Hey, I heard
and Harry Potter." I know people don't think Harry Potter has Halloween, but there's a Halloween like.
I have never seen Harry Potter.
Oh my God, damn. You're one of those. You're part of the club. I have like 2 friends that have never seen Harry Potter, and it kills me every time they say that. I'm like, we're having a Harry Potter marathon.
Half the movies that had been out there, I have not seen. And like, so I told you I don't do scary movies. So I don't have a favorite scary movie. I don't. I don't even know. First of all, I have a hard time sitting down long enough to watch a movie. Period. Like I struggle because if I
John's
sit still,
not a TV person either.
No. I didn't say it was not a TV person.
Like a Halloween movie person.
No, and I love movies. It's just for me to sit still that long, I'm gonna fall asleep. And so I do go to the movie theater, and I have watched movies in the movie theater, and I made it through. But it can be a struggle. But like I've gone and watched like Black Panther, and I've gone and I've watched several movies. It's just, but especially at home watching some movies.
You sound like my older sister. She falls asleep within 20 minutes. I'm like, how did you fall asleep that quick? Either Scream or Shining was scary. Scream. Now I look back at it and I'm like, that ain't that scary. Shining scares me every time. It makes me nervous.
Shining, is that the one where he said, "Here's Johnny"? He like breaks through his head through the thing.
The twins and the ghost.
I haven't seen it. I've seen bits and pieces. Like people show like the highlights. That's kind of how I know like all these movies that people are talking about. Like I haven't. I'm like in go mode all the time, and then when I finally stop to sit down,
your body goes to sleep.
Yeah. So like the TV on the TV is on all day, every day in my house. And then, but I go to sleep with the TV on. I put the sleep button on, and it's on. Now, never nothing scary. It's a comedy, but that's just what it is. I don't know.
If you could do a couple's costume with Dom, what would you do? What would you want to do?
That's what we do. We do family. Like last year, we were the Flintstones. So he was Fred, I was Wilma, and the baby and our oldest were both Pebbles. And then so this year we were all lions. So we had our little cub, and I was the mama. We were gonna do bears, but I didn't like how it looked. He was, the big lion.
Now, did Dom celebrate Halloween?
No, he doesn't. So I make him wear the costume. And it's crazy because his daughter,
she's real creative.
Yeah, she is very creative. Dom's creative too. He just don't talk about it. But anyway, that's Halloween is her favorite Halloween holiday as well. And she dressed up as Wednesday. She did a great job dressing up with her costume. So next year I'm thinking about, but this like I have to plan ahead because like you can't just go to the store and buy it. So Golden Girls is my favorite TV show.
Yes.
So I want to have the baby dress up as Sophia Petrillo, which is the mother, and I'll dress up as Dorothy. And Dorothy's ex-husband is Stan. So I want Dom to dress up as Stan. So that's how I like to have family themes. So
I love it.
Happens.
I'm still trying to pull off there's a lot of couples outfits that I would like, but Storm and Black Panther, because in comic books, Storm was Black Panther's wife. And so John has consistently like 3 years ago, we were going to go to a Halloween party and he was going to be Black Panther and I was going to be Storm. I have to really plan. I need to, if we're going to do that, we really need to do those two costumes. Right. And I would love to do, Alice in Wonderland theme because I'm all into the, like, I'd want to be like a sexy Mad Hatter, real, like, kind of crazy, and then have John be a character and my son be a character and all that stuff. So that would probably be a good family costume for me.
So when you do your events or whatever, like, I assume you have a party. Do you have something more specific than a Halloween themed party? Like, do you have like a Alice in Wonderland party or a Black Panther party or do you have something specific for your Halloween events, or are you just kind of broad?
So those are goals. Thanks for putting that out in the atmosphere. I would love to have a Black Panther party in the future. I would love to have a Alice in Wonderland. Really, let's have a party. Let's have a Halloween party. We use a lot of the decorations that we already have. And it's just, traditional colors, black, orange, spiders, kind of sometimes creepy. Rose. I like Blanche. Rose is sweet too. No, we like doing that too for the kids too.
No, Rose is not as sweet as you think. Rose is real nice, but Rose has this huge competitive side. And if some kind of competition, Rose, there's a whole nother beast that comes out.
How'd you get into Golden Girls?
How to what?
How did you get into Golden Girls?
I have no idea. I have been watching Golden Girls since college, which would be the 90s, like mid 90s. So that's a long time. So I probably have seen every episode maybe 50 times. I actually had the whole Golden Girl DVD set, which I got rid of because there's no point now having a DVDs, but I probably should have kept it. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just kind of like a no-brainer. Like, Golden Girls come on the first 5 seconds, I already know what episode it is. I have no idea how. I don't know if she's laughing at me or my husband being Rose or Blanche. Because she don't want to put it out there to have him be Rose or Blanche. That'll be hilarious. So I don't know, but like, I have like my old shows, like they just kind of like, they're no-brainers. You kind of like, there's no stress to them. You just kind of relax, chill, kind of get yourself at peace. Like the Parkers. I watched the Parkers too. Not as much as the Golden Girls, but I watched the Parkers too. And it's like, you already know what's going to happen. Peace, whatever. So I'm like helping a friend with her.
Oh, look, not in the dark.
I hope her.
I can allow my mind to think other things.
Oh my goodness! But I love scary movies, but I gotta watch them. Yeah, I can. Yeah, but people like to watch before they go to bed, which is crazy because I will have nightmares if I watch later at night. I'm gonna fall with a happier movie. Yeah, get your mind off of it.
Rose.
Yeah, she was naive.
Thanks, Ebony.
Does. Miss Ebony, we haven't heard from you all night. All night.
Thanks for joining. I like that you mentioned the Black Panther party, because I was gonna ask, like, are you dressing up for the Black Panther movie? Like, I'm sitting up here just today I was scrolling trying to figure out, like, okay, we have to figure out what we're wearing to this Black Panther movie. And a part of me is like, okay, that's extra, just don't do that. But the other one's like, no, like, we have to.
Hey, we lost you.
We got to come out deep. Like, I need a head wrap. I need big jewelry. I need chains. Like, I need to.
Oh, we keep losing you for.
Can you hear me?
We lost you a couple. I now. We lost you.
It's frozen on your end.
Oh, I'm frozen? Oh, then it's the internet. Oh, it's my Wi-Fi. You got to get off the internet, Dom.
Okay, you're back. You're back.
Are you? Okay. All right. Apparently, my internet's struggling. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I heard part of what you said about you want to do Black Panthers and something about you need to get the chains and stuff. A Black Panther party, right?
Yeah, like a dashiki or like head wraps and beautiful earrings. Like, yeah, I really want to show stop for the movie. Even when the Little Mermaid comes out, right? We are dressing up.
Mm-hmm.
We're sending out an invitation for our friends to come to the movie theater in any type of interpretation of how they want. If they were the Little Mermaid, how they would dress up, or dressing up as a character from Little Mermaid, and we are filling the theater up.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, because they typically do that with like the Star Wars movies or other movies. I can see that. I think they did that when the
They did.
first
Came out.
Yeah, the first I think that would be pretty neat. Maybe I can have Dom dress up as
That'd be a really good date night for y'all.
Yeah, to go out and go to a movie. He loves going to the movies, and I love going sometimes. As I'm not against movies, and I like going to get a good movie in or whatever. It's just, especially if you get the right theater that has the right seats,
Yeah,
nice and comfortable, and it's not sticky and nasty, and people got left sticky juice and stuff on there. Yeah.
you wipe your seat down when you go to the movie theater when you're saying all that. You bring Clorox.
I have not. I have not. That might be a good idea, but I have not.
I mean, I think we brought Lysol spray and wipes the first few times we went after like COVID open. We were open after COVID opened up. Now we've just gotten comfortable again, and we don't do it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah. I mean, I don't do it on the plane, but at the plane, I don't eat nothing. I keep my mask on the plane, and that's it. But like in the movie theater, you're touching stuff. I didn't even think about that. I don't know. Yeah, we do need it. My husband went to go see I Am Woman, so
I wanted to go see that. Did he like it?
He said he loved it. He said that I reminded him of the character reminded him, the Viola Davis character reminded him of me. I haven't seen this. I don't know what he's talking about, but he was like, she's a strong woman. So we will see.
I haven't seen it yet either. I need to go.
So you're gonna have a Woman King, yes. Woman King. So he loved it. Him and Bree went and saw it.
Oh, look at that daddy-daughter time. That's awesome.
Yeah, they do that. He's big on giving the girls his time to help them understand how they're supposed to be treated by the opposite sex. That's like really his goal. Yeah. So anyway, our neighborhood had like a good Halloween party. They had so what they do in our neighborhood is not, they're a little different from most neighborhoods. Everybody kind of knows everybody in our neighborhood. It's a small neighborhood. So they did a walk-in wine plus a trick or treat. So they had people participate and they got to decorate their area and they gave out wine. So people were giving out wine, beer, liquor, plus candy for the kids. Some people had like a nacho thing. Some people had like cookies and all kind of stuff. And so you kind of go around and mingle. One of the guys, he DJs on the side. So he was DJing. So it was a nice little event. And my mom was here. So at 7:00, the baby's bedtime, she was able to take her and watch her while we stayed outside. So it was pretty nice.
Really fun.
Yeah, we'll probably miss that part. But yeah, because we'll be moving soon. So, and then you went trick-or-treating and you're in the neighborhood. Kids got a lot of so let me see now. Parents that do go trick-or-treating with their kids, are they going with their kids for their kids? Are they going to get their candy as well? So we know Miss Shirley stole some of y'all candy. So anybody else take some of their kids' candy. I think I pretty much took all those growing.
No, I think they were there like chaperoning, but I mean, my son is. I don't know how some people turn kids away. I feel like even if adults wanted candy, you should let them get candy, like because you just never know. You know how I guess there's certain. I forget the color pumpkin that you're not supposed that people have because they're like that's supposed to let you know if they're autistic or if something might maybe they are 32 but they have the mind of a 15-year-old or a 13-year-old. Like, I think people should just give it out and let people have fun. Like, but I know some people who will be like, I'm just giving the kids. So teachers.
Yeah, there was somebody put on social media the other day about, because like you'll have like the 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, they're out trick-or-treating and they don't even have a costume on. So people were like, I didn't give you candy. But somebody was like, they were like, well, they weren't even saying it was about fun. They were like, just give them the candy. First of all, it's better than them, stealing your catalytic converter off your car. Just give them the candy. Like, you just don't know what they're going through.
Maybe their parents couldn't afford costumes. It's a real thing. Like,
yeah. But I mean, like, even if it wasn't, even if they just didn't want to dress up, it's like, at least they're not causing problems. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. First of all, especially like a lot of people, like they buy all this candy and it's like, then you're stuck with it at the end of the night and you're like, man, I got all this candy. I'm gonna sit here and eat all this candy and put it on his weight. Just give it out. Just give it out. Unless there's a reason they can't. Like, we have one kid in our neighborhood that can't have nuts or dairy. Let's dang near take out half the candy for them. So like, I always make a special thing of candy for him and his sister, because if you just do it to him and the sister has something else, that's a fight that the parents got to deal with. So to alleviate that, I give them the same type of candy that he can eat. And so that way it's not an issue. And, I just make sure he's taken care of. But
I would have thought too that, like, when you had your 90s baby shower, that's like themed, right? Dressed up. That's why I was so excited about it. So are you like, what makes you like theme dressing up things, but it never, I mean, I know you dress up now for Halloween as a family, but would you like to do that more? Like dress up for different events?
I do. That's why I'm pushing, like, cause if I left it to Dom wouldn't, cause he never really celebrated in Halloween, but he wasn't big at celebrating too much of anything. And Halloween definitely was not. As being a pastor of the church at one point, that was just definitely not happening. So, but I push it and I make sure like I'm respectful on the things that he like. I would never bring him on like the Count Dracula, costume and say, hey, I need to dress up like that. No, that's not happening. So, and he's willing to participate in taste. So
look
like
at that love, girl. That's awesome. Like, that's straight love. Like, that is, for him to go out a little bit out of his comfort zone.
Yeah.
To like create a memory. Yeah.
And I really do love that. Like and then, if we have like an anniversary party or something like that, it'll be another thing. I liked planning the party. Like, I really do. I just don't have any reason to plan a party now, but like, I love planning parties, putting it all together, making sure the theme and the flow. Like when we planned our wedding, I picked our wedding was red, black, and white, and it was like a masquerade theme. So the wedding party had like their real nice mask, and then the guests, they got a mask as well that everybody put on, and they came in and like the way that the building was kind of designed, it kind of went through the masquerade, and our centerpieces were like the feathers, and so it was real nice. But I do like doing that kind of stuff, dressing up. So I was like, if we do an anniversary party, what theme would I do? Have to have something.
Yeah, could do flapper theme. I know John is actually the only guy that has ever dressed up with me. Like, usually the guys I would date would never. They were like, I'm not gonna do that. should have been a red flag right then. Like, if you cannot dress up with me, then you are not a contender. But growth is a beautiful thing. But yeah,
especially like when it's something like that's something that you really enjoy. It's not even like well, I could do it, but I don't have to do it. It's something you really enjoy, just so to support you, you know.
But I think I don't think I really knew how much I enjoyed it until I was around people that allowed me to do that, to be authentically that person. I think before I would always fear, like, is this person going to think this is too short, or is this person going to think it's too loud? Or I just always cared. I don't care anymore. But so John brought that to me. So luckily he did, because now we're going to pack some costumes down. I'm going to always have something on standby.
Well, I'm loving this about you, Veronica. Not just Halloween, but just like, this is who I am. Love me or not, I'm going to love me, and I am who I am, and I'm not worried about what other people think. So I am loving that. I'm going to get there one day too, but I am loving that.
I appreciate it. I wasn't always that person.
This is not who I think this is.
John Lit.
You said what now?
Show the Batman picture. I didn't show it, but I wanted to. I respected you.
This is not who I think this is.
Is that John? That's John.
Really?
Show the Batman picture.
Do you know this is love right here on Facebook too? You know this is love.
He's just gonna deactivate
as soon as Veronica, when we get off, your job is to text us the picture. Since you brought us, text us that picture of the Batman.
Okay, he's so handsome. I love it. I mean, I've showed a few of my, of my friends, and they love that picture of him. I mean, they're constantly like,
I think that's good. Like, you guys got to do it together. That's good. Yeah. Like, that's like, you can't. Couple of the year, y'all could do that. Y'all could dress up as the Obamas. Yeah, I saw a lot of the people that have, like you said, the celebrities that are dressing up like Jay-Z. And what's her name? Kerry Washington dressed up as Lionel Richie. That was hilarious.
Yes. So that would be a really cute theme for a Valentine's party. Come as epic couples, or at like a couple theme. That would be really cool. Yeah. That'll be a party I plan in like 5 years. Because it'll take a minute
to get 5 years.
We just, you know what? 12 months ain't 12 months no more. 12 months I feel like it's 6 months, right? And so with so much kind of happening in the next year, even 2 years, it ain't in the budget for what I would want to do to have something like that. Like, yeah. But in a few years, maybe not 5, maybe like 3.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Not the sexy utility belt. Okay, my husband is crazy. You make me laugh, Dom. You make me laugh. Just hilarious. So, to celebrate or to not to celebrate, I think it is the preference. And I think there's so many different degrees or levels. Some people they go out and it's all about the gore and the scary. And some people are just like, look, I just want to, kind of like we are, like, just kind of have fun with it and just be creative. Like, it's not about the gore. For me, it's not about the gore or the scary, because I'm not trying to be scared, because I might get a little violent. So I'm not trying to do that. So it's just kind of the creative side, and enjoy you and enjoy life. Yes, Dom. So I that's kind of how it is for me. And I think it's to each his own, and just do what makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anybody else.
Yeah. And I love, it made me think what you were saying. I remember last year, Ebony did a Black Boy Joy party, and it was Halloween themed. And just to see children, but specifically, like, I feel like a demographic that is so worried about kind of how community or society views them, so they don't get to enjoy themselves, right? They're always on their guard. Yes, ma'am. No, like, they can't be loud or have fun because they're afraid someone's going to think otherwise. And these little boys had so much fun at that party, just being boys. So You're right, just to be happy in the moment.
Yeah, and I do think it has the Halloween has gotten shifted to one side, but I like the fact that it does allow children to be creative and kind of express themselves and just have fun with it. Just use their imagination. I think a lot of times in our society, outside of um, just Halloween, it's just a lot of this has been stripped from them as far as allowing them. Like they go to school and they're going to school and their whole focus is passing this test and passing that test. And I'm not saying like you don't need to learn, but it's like they need a time to just break and have a little fun. Like their recess is like 5-10 minutes. Like, when I was growing up, we had a whole half hour for recess, and we had PE for every day. And it's like now they have people. When I was in high school, we had electives, we had home economics, we had shop class, we had auto mechanic class, and it's like they have nothing. Like, and so we're so focused on planning like their future, like they're 5, and we're like, okay, like for you to go to med school, like, and I'm guilty of this too. But it's probably why my child is in college right now, stressed out the first week of school, saying she's gonna flunk out as she's getting A's. Like, we just gotta let them, have some fun. But that's the work that I'm working on myself. Oh, you're talking about what was it called? Just me?
A Black Boy Joy Party.
Black Boy Joy Party. Yeah, I can imagine Ronnie and Val doing decorations. I'm sure they were also, because that's their creative side again coming out. So that is our night. We have been on for an hour. I thank you everybody for chiming in and talking. I hope everybody had a good Halloween, whether you celebrate it or not. If you don't celebrate it, that you just got some time to sit down and relax and enjoy the evening. And if you do celebrate, that you had some fun doing it. And again, please remember to subscribe, like, It's Okay with Tam Tam on Facebook and YouTube. Also, we'll be on in 2 weeks. So this was our special night. We're usually on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday. But we did a special Halloween edition. We'll be on in 2 weeks on a Tuesday, and we will be talking about, so we'll be on November 15th, talking about cultural and religious differences in a relationship. So please be ready. And Miss Angela, please don't forget to message It's Okay with Tam Tam, your email address, so we can get you the $25 gift card for participating in our contest and being our big winner. All right. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we will see you on the 15th, November 15th.